Are you having a hard time contacting Experian or even having Experian process your disputes? You want to make sure to watch this entire video. My name is credit coach Nicole Scott. If you are new here, make sure that you have subscribed to the channel. Check in the comments below. Let me know you're here. In today's video, we're going to be covering two different online websites that you can use to finally get Experian to do their job and process your disputes. Now, you want to make sure that number one, you clean up your personal information with Experian to the best of your ability. If that means calling in over the phone, sometimes you might have to send them in proof, but either way, get them exactly what it is that they are asking for. And generally, it's going to be your photo ID, state driver's license, or you can even use a passport. Number two is proof of address, some sort of utility bill or statement that's dated like within the last 30 days. It can be a bank statement, it can be an online statement, a cell phone statement, insurance statement, utility, water, any of those type of things, and it must reflect your correct address. Hopefully your ID has your correct address as well, but in the event that it doesn't, I always recommend supplying two forms of proof of address if you have it readily available. That way there's no excuses. They cannot say, hey, we can't verify you. And then the third thing that you want to make sure that you include with every single dispute to them, it doesn't matter if you just sent them a dispute yesterday. Every time you send a dispute to Experian, it must include these three things. Three is that social security card. You don't want to give them any excuse to where they can say, I'm sorry, we're not able to verify you. So photo ID, state ID, driver's license, passport, ID. Okay. Number two, utility bill, statement, a statement. Number three, social security card. All right. All three of those, don't send the original, never send the original. Always send copies to the credit bureaus and keep a copy for yourself of what you sent. If you want to mail it in, I recommend certified mail return receipt so you have proof that they received it and it was sent from you in your postal office. And number two is uploading online. You want to cover all of your bases. And I know there might be some miscommunication or misunderstandings about submitting disputes online, but in this case, I highly recommend supplying the proof documents that you have sent in online so you can call and follow up a few days later and say, hey, I sent you everything that you need to process my dispute. I need to make sure that my errors submitted to you guys are corrected. Inside of my guide, the Credit Repair Secrets Guide, I give you guys the websites, everything that you need, plus this website that you will need to correct your personal information with Experian online. This is the backdoor website to Experian. If you know, you know. Now, this is just one of two websites that I'm going to recommend. This number one is going to be for your personal information first. And sometimes you might run into issues where they don't allow you to delete every single name or address or, piece of personal information. Usually it stems from the name and address because that particular name and address is somehow attached to an account that's listed on your credit report. So what you have to do in many times is upload the supporting documentation and then follow up with a phone call. They will give you the phone number right on the website to call if you run into an error or if they are unable to remove something from your credit report. So when you're filling out this, the only thing that you really need to put in here are the items with asterisks. Okay. I don't recommend putting a middle name or a generation. I just recommend sticking to everything that is required. And on this page, it's pretty standard information. Make sure you click on this button where it says agree. Have you lived at your address for 2 years? It's going to be yes. Okay. You're going to hit submit. On the next page, that should populate your data, and that way you can select all of the different names, addresses, clean that up first. Okay. If for some reason they're not able to remove it, you're going to want to head over to Experian.com/upload. Fill out this personal information. Again, just stick with all the stuff that has asterisks. Let's start that over. If you need to upload any proof documents, you're going to want to head on over to Experian.com/upload. Fill out the required information. So here we want to just keep it simple. You do not need to put in your report number, okay? You do not see a red asterisk next to that. All that you want to do is fill out your first name, last name, address, social security number. Even though it does not have an asterisk, you want to make sure that they have you associated correctly, and then the email address. If you are using an ITIN, you want to select ITIN right here, but other than that, just put in your social, and then you can leave the report number here completely blank. It is not required. Once you have completed, select I agree, and then hit continue. On page 2, where you would see continued, where you would actually see yourself continuing, you have 5 slots to upload a PDF file to Experian. So what I like to do is make sure that all my clients have a brief letter of what they want, right? Maybe a cover letter, and then a brief letter of what they want. Okay, if that's to remove all personal information, if that's to remove inquiries, if that's to remove accounts, whatever, list all that stuff on that page. Okay, it can be very simple. It can be handwritten. In fact, I recommend handwriting letters because the 𝒂𝒂𝒅𝒊𝒕 system, their OCR system, which recognizes text and can convert that into editable, readable language for their computer system. When you are handwriting something, their OCR system cannot convert handwriting to 100 proof readable text. So it's going to get kicked to a human, which is what we want. All right. And when we are handwriting things, you can always put in a handwritten cover letter, write cursive, start writing your stuff. Make a copy of that handwritten letter and send them a copy, or you can send them the original. It's up to you, but you won't need to make sure that you have copies of that handwritten letter, not only for your records, but in case you need to send it to them again. Okay. Now you're going to upload letter, you're going to upload supporting documentations, any proof that you may have to support your claim, whether that's a screenshot of your credit report showing the errors, whether that's a letter from the creditor stating that it was an error. If you have been a victim of identity theft, you have to have the proof of such. If you've been a victim of another crime, proof of such. If you're saying that this does not belong to you, you're going to need to have proof. You're always going to need to send in your supporting documentations that prove your identity, which is a photo ID, driver's license, or state ID, preferably that has the correct address. If not, that's okay. You can still send it. It just cannot be expired. And number 2 is a statement of account. So any sort of statement, whether that's a utility bill, water bill, phone bill, it can be a screenshot from your phone that you just print out or you can upload, right? But it needs to have the company information shown, their logo if they have one, the statement period, your name, your information, your address, all of that, top portion of, what a normal statement would look like. And it needs to be dated within the last 30 days. That's really important. Okay. They don't want to see things that are past 60 days. So try to find the newest bill that has produced and use that. And then you're going to want to submit that over to Experian. You'll get a confirmation screen saying, hey, thanks for uploading, blah, 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 blah. Mind you, you can upload as much as you need. I recommend that you upload from your IP address. You cannot use a VPN to try to mask your IP address. And if you try to abuse the system and upload this for a ton of different people, it's not going to work. So that's why I always recommend that you upload to Experian directly from your IP address for yourself. Whether you have someone help you with the PDF files, because what I do for my clients is I put everything into one PDF file for them. and then I just upload that one file. Even though you have 5 slots to upload PDFs, I just create one PDF. So it's all right there, you know, and that's what's, you know, a little bit easier. And it's also easier to document that. And then you can call in about 24 hours later and say, hey, Experian, I sent you everything that you need. Take a look. I uploaded it right to your website. Once that information is cleared up, you can actually go back into the Experian backdoor and start disputing accounts and do the same thing. Dispute the accounts here as well and say, this is for account number, blah, blah, blah. Use the account numbers from this data. Okay, that's really, really important. You don't want to use account numbers from a third party like Smart Credit, Identity IQ. Use all of the account data that is shown on this Experian backdoor website because that's what their records have. Okay, you just need to list the account name, exactly how it's showing on your report if you want to do a letter to follow up, and then the account number. Name, account number. Just copy and paste. You can use, you know, Microsoft Word or you can use Google Docs. That works perfectly fine because you can save that. And honestly, it is going to just be a lot easier if you can have all that account information, maybe even pop it into ChatGPT if you want to get fancy, right? And create your dispute letter, your official dispute letter, and telling them that you want these items, these errors removed from your credit report. And for inquiries, you can just list out the name of the inquiry and the date of the inquiry. Name and date, exactly how it is listed on your credit report. And then if for some reason you still see any other personal information that's correct, you can say, look, my only name is this. My only address is this. I have been at this residence for, you know, X plus years, 10 plus years, right? Please remove any other errors that are listed under my personal information. Currently, I see the following errors that you have listed, and I am demanding that they be removed from my credit report immediately. And then you can list out, here are the errors that should be removed, and list out everything that they have listed on their reports. Wait for everything to update and just continue to rinse and repeat like every 30 days, okay? Now, if you have been a victim of identity theft, you will need to send in proof of such. So I do have people that I've worked with in the past who truly have been a victim, you know, certain things like identity theft and people taking advantage of their credit and so forth and so on. So any supporting documentation that you have against, you know, whatever situation you're dealing with, the better, the more the better, okay? So make it happen, guys. Take action. Experian is really easy to dispute with these 2 websites. And again, I give you all this information and so much more inside of my credit repair secrets guide. So just comment the word guide and I'll send it to you. It's less than $25 and it goes to help support our channel and the video editing and all of the great, you know, free information I give you guys. So it's up to you to take your time to learn and apply this knowledge and continue to get to the next level and reach your goals here in 2026 and beyond. I'll see you next time. Take care.